What's up, guys? This is Vince with CivilianSatellite. Joining me today, we have the one and only Austin from Steel and Wood Riders. How are you doing, man?
Doing good. How about you?
Doing good. How's the off-season treating you?
Missing my coastals, though.
Oh yeah, same here. Well, since it's a slower season, I thought I'd sort of change things up a little bit and do a video on the 10 important coasters of the last decade. Coasters that we feel really left their landmark during the years 2010 and 2019. So both Austin and I, we've come up with 5 roller coasters that we think are just important enough that we can have a discussion about them. It's not really a top 10 list, it's just more of a discussion that we can go through just to keep it loose. So Austin, are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Sounds good. Let's start with your number 5. What did you have for number 5?
So I have the Smile at Elton Tolls.
Oh, nice.
So I have honor for my why is it holds the world record for the most inversions on the roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it looks amazing.
It does.
A couple of my friends told me that it's their favorite coaster when they went overseas and rode it. So it's a Greslow, I hope I said it right,
Gerstlauer
coaster that opened up in 2013. So there's on the screen. It looks amazing. I've seen videos about it. Hopefully the riders can go over there and ride it. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, I've never ridden the coaster myself, but it's a very impressive looking coaster, especially one, given how compact and twisted the layout is, 2, the restrictions of the tree line that Alton Tower has. They can't build rides above the tree line, so to have 14 inversions at that low of a ground clearance, that's pretty impressive. Another thing is that the previous record holder was 10 inversions. So Alton Towers just said, forget 11, 12, and 13 inversions. We're going 14 inversions. They not only wanted to break the record for most inversions, they wanted to crush it.
I don't know if there's any coasters out there nowadays had more inversions than Smile.
Yeah.
So what's your top 5?
My number 5, it's pretty different. It is Formula at Energylandia. Now, the reason why I picked this one is because you know Vekoma. Everyone in the coaster enthusiast community knows Vekoma. They have had the longest redemption arc of any coaster manufacturer out there. Of course, you know them for their SLCs, for their boomerangs, and the reputation precedes them. So ever since like the early 2000s, they've been trying to sort of build back from those terrible coasters from beyond. They tried to make it with their flyers and their giant inverted boomerangs, both of which are very impressive but technically played coasters. Their Disney coasters are really good, but it's Disney. They can make anything really, really good. They tried to do Battlestar Galactica at Universal, which again, very impressive coaster, but technically played. Since then, they've been sort of building family coasters, and then in 2016, Energylandia debuted Formula, and the coaster community went nuts. This was the first Vekoma coaster that really captured their imagination. I've never ridden it, but from the videos, pictures, it is butter smooth, has some very impressive airtime. You would have never guessed that Vekoma built this coaster. And ever since then, all the coasters that they've released, Lek Coaster, their family suspended coasters, have been very impressive. This was the first roller coaster that captured the imagination of what roller coaster enthusiasts can expect from this new and improved Vekoma. And that's why I picked it for my number 5 spot for important coasters of the decade.
It kind of reminds me of Cuphead Strike in a way, with how the scene is. Even with how I've been on Cuphead Strike before, it looks more meaner than what Cuphead Strike and Maverick is. And the Maverick is not that old yet.
You know, this is actually like almost a perfect combination of Maverick and Copperhead Strike. It's not too extreme like like Maverick is, and it's not too family coasterish like Copperhead Strike is. This is like the perfect balance between those two coasters.
See, if I go there, I'll probably have my heart out for this coaster. It looks amazing,
yes.
Honestly.
It's because of this coaster that roller coaster enthusiasts for the first time are begging Vekoma to build roller coasters in the United States.
I honestly, I can say this. Vekoma made good rides, but recently some rides from Vekoma is falling down to never be coming back. It's like Hawk at Kings Island, closed in 2018.
Yes.
So
this is keeping their legacy alive.
Yes.
Okay, so that's my pick for number 5. Number 4 is actually keeping with the Formula theme, actually. We got Formula Rossa at Ferrari World Abu Dhabi. This coaster, very famous. It is the fastest roller coaster in the world, which is a pretty prestigious achievement to have. It took the record from King Dakar. Now, breaking the world record for fastest roller coaster in the world, that's impressive enough. What's impressive about Formula Rossa is it has held this record for almost the entire decade. It debuted in November of 2010, and it currently has held the record for the fastest roller coaster in the world longer than any steel coaster before it. King Dakar held the record for 5 years, Top Thrill Dragster for 2 years. Before that, what was it? Dododonpa, then Superman the Escape, Fujiyama, Steel Phantom, Magnum XL200, Bandit, and then I believe before Bandit, it was all wooden roller coasters. So Formula Rossa, for holding that record for this long, that's very impressive.
It's kind of really reminds me of Top Thrill Dragster in a way. I've never been on Top Thrill Dragster yet for many reasons. I've seen a lot of videos of Formula Rossa from different YouTubers, and you have to have safety glasses too, right?
Yes.
Or like goggles.
Yep, I did get to ride Formula Rossa last year, and
yeah.
I'm glad you brought up Top Thrill Dragster, because it has the launch of Top Thrill Dragster, but a layout like Millennium Force. So those are 2 really awesome roller coasters combined into one spectacular coaster. It's absolutely worth the flight halfway across the world to get on this beast.
So you recommend it?
Absolutely.
I have no words about it too. What a beast it is. Mm-hmm. You're driving a NASCAR while you're driving a Formula car. Mm-hmm. I don't know if people will understand what I said, Will, but
I'm not a car person. I don't know any of this stuff.
And it goes up to 149 miles an hour. Dang.
Yeah, it's fast. So, yep, that's my number 4 pick. Austin, you're up. What's your number 4 pick?
For my number 4 pick, it's going to be Intimator 305 at Kings Dominion.
Nice.
So, for me, I rode it last year for the 2019 season. I don't remember the month though, about I spent there for 2 days. The first coaster I went on was I-305 back in where the Playfield building is. For the reason why I picked it, because it's a many of things. You are actually driving their own hearts. Black number 3 car. Mm-hmm. Based around the legacy of their own heart. Mm-hmm. And it won the Golden Ticket Award for the best new coaster in 2010. I missed it today, so it's amazing. I can say I grade out, and I really recommend it for anyone to try to see first time Giga per se. Intamin really did an amazing job. I have a video of it on my channel if you guys want to check it out. And the Vince will leave it down the links below.
Yep, link in the upper corner, actually.
Up in the corner?
Now.
So, amazing ride, and it was my first Giga.
Yeah, I can certainly vouch for that amazing ride. I-305 is my personal number 1 favorite roller coaster. And another fun fact about this coaster, do you know what was the previous Giga coaster to be built before I-305?
Was it Millennium Force?
Steel Dragon 2000, 10 years earlier. So this was the first Giga coaster after a 10-year dry spell.
Dang.
Yeah.
Phew.
Time flies.
When you're having fun.
Yeah. And you will have fun on this roller coaster. It has a 300-foot drop. That turn at the base of the drop, it just presses you into your seat, your blood out of your brain, and it's amazing experience. I love roller coasters that challenge your perception of just what a roller coaster can do. And low to the ground turns, high speed banks, airtime hills, this coaster has it all.
I can say I will recommend one thing: pack a bag afterwards. Some people can handle it, some people cannot.
Oh yeah, it's not for everyone.
So if if you are not the person if you didn't like it, be ready for what experience it's gonna be with you. Because I can say this right now, I went there without knowing what's gonna do with me, blacked out, grade. They got off the coaster, dizzy. So there's plenty of water in the year before you go on there.
Yes.
I made that bad decision already.
Eat breakfast too.
Yeah. So if you have water, drink plenty of water, no pop before you go on there.
Yep, totally agree.
So that's my tip for the day.
Okay, so that was your, was that your 4 number?
I think it's the 4th, yes.
Okay, so your number 3.
So my number 3 spot would be 325 down at Charlotte, I can't even say it, North Carolina, or you can say South, but it's mainly on the north side, guys. I went down there and seen the coaster in October, and I must say I couldn't ride it, but seeing it how it was before any coaster would be opening this year. So for my reason why is Planet of things, it took Karen's 10 years to plan and cut battles with each side. You probably know that, Vince.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been winning all these awards. So, like, having here, 325 set new records and came close to breaking all those when it opened in 2015. It became the world's tallest giga, a roller coaster that exceeds 300 feet. 325 also been voted the world's best coaster in Museum's Today Golden Ticket Awards for the 4 consecutive years beginning in 2015. It broke more records after that. It broke one last year mainly, and it's like, again, video, the links below for that video, and probably up in the corner, seeing how massive this coaster is.
Oh, absolutely.
It's beautiful.
And that record for 4 consecutive years, that was after Millennium Force and Superman the Ride have been dominating the number 1 spot of the Golden Ticket Awards for over a decade. And then Fury 325 comes in out of nowhere and just seizes a number 1 spot. This coaster is a work of art. If a roller coaster could be beautiful, this is the coaster. It is just graceful, smooth, fast, powerful. It's one heck of an experience and definitely something that you should go out of your way for.
You can travel from the north side and the south side of Carolinas.
Yes, you actually...
It's amazing.
You cross the state line. You can actually see where you cross the state line.
I can say this, it's an entrance coaster, so you see it before you get in the park, and you can walk under it. That's the best thing I've ever seen in any park in my life, I can say.
Yes, whenever a coaster is really interactive, it brings up just how immersed you are into the park experience.
And plus, it's so photogenic too.
Oh, yes.
Man, I got many shots of it. I haven't posted them yet, but I'll probably post them after this videos. So, what your thoughts about this coaster? I think you went down there too?
Yes, I've ridden this roller coaster many, many times. It is just such a fun coaster. Like, you don't picture strong airtime on B&M. They are more floater airtime, but you get some pretty powerful, almost sustained ejector airtime on those hills. And it's just very fast, very smooth. The park spent an extra $1 million specifically for the tunnel that the coaster dives under, and I must say $1 million well spent. That is a very impressive way to introduce your park to people who are walking through those gates for the very first time.
It's amazing. It's like, I can say, it put me a tear on my face, see it, for my first time seeing a BDM Giga for this scale,
yes.
And the money and the time and the court battles that Karen's and Civil went through. And guess what? They had the perfect coaster all after the court.
Yes.
This coaster changed the thought of the time for the coaster. It took them 10 years. I don't know, other coasters took 10 years, but this takes the place.
I think it all paid off.
I'm happy that I went down to see it, and I would really recommend it to you guys. ride it.
Alright, that concludes part 1 of this video. We got through our first 5 roller coasters of this 10 important coasters list, and if you like this video, go ahead and please watch part 2. That's going to be over on Austin's channel, Steel and Wood Riders, where we continue to go through our final of our top 5s to conclude this top 10 list. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we'll see you over on Austin's channel, Steel and Wood Riders.
See you there.